Okay, apparently my computer is dying entirely, so I'm not sure what to do about that. So I guess I will do the review via this video file, hopefully, taken on my iPhone. Not sure about the quality of it, but we'll do what we can do. And I will post this to Moodle, which I guess you will see. So anyway, today's a snow day. There is no class today, but we still have to do something. We still have to make up the time and all of that stuff. So basically, our activity today, we were going to do a review. We'll continue to do the review. I'll just do it here on the video. Okay. If you have any questions, I've sent out an email that has my cell phone number, and you can text me the questions, and I can respond in that way. I haven't had any questions yet. Okay. And as far as the attendance goes, apparently Moodle's misbehaving as well too, so the entire world is against us. But I sent out a message. It's 2G that is the homework that's due today. Okay, so I may have said 3G in one of the messages trying to get through, but that's what your attendance is. So if you get 2G, Excel 2G done by the end of the day, then that will count as your attendance. Okay. So we've talked a little bit about the midterm before. The midterm will be tomorrow, assuming we have class. If not, we'll have to have a plan B for that as well. But the midterm consists of Word and Excel, and it's all of the different skills that you've learned doing the A and B exercises and the G homework for chapters 1, 2, 3 of Word and chapters 1, 2, 3 of Excel. Okay. Again, it's a hands-on test. There are no questions about that. I mean, I don't ask you multiple choice or fill in the blank or anything else. It's actually doing the tasks. Okay. So I'll go through just a brief rundown of some of the skills that you should have picked up while you were working through the chapters here. Okay. So for Word, the basic things you should be able to do all the basic formatting of the text, of the document, of the paragraph, of the characters. And remember, when you're formatting something like indentions and tab stops, you use the ruler. You don't just space over. Okay. Also be able to check spelling, to set and modify the tab stops, to insert a picture and clip art and deal with the flow around it and all of that, to change the line and paragraph spacing in your Word documents, to use headers and footers and also be able to add page numbers in different locations, to create and modify styles and to use styles and templates, to be able to, this is a big one, to be able to insert citations if you're writing a research paper. Okay. And again, do those correctly through the references tab, not just adding them. In the same way, you should be able to automatically create a bibliography or a works cited, and you should be able to change into the different styles like MLA or APA. Those are all from a little pull down from that menu. Okay. Also be able to add footnotes, do a manual page break. Should be able to find and replace text. Certainly. You should be able to insert the current date. Again, not type it in, but you can insert that in through the commands directly. Okay. You should be able to create and edit a table in Word. There's a table tab for that. And you should be able to format a multi-column newsletter. Okay, there was an example of that in the book. So those are the basic tasks that you'll need. And if you have questions, again, I would go through and practice those. It's all going to be on 2013. It will be in the lab. Okay, and so that should be familiar to you. Okay. As far as Excel goes, you should be able to enter text and numbers. We've done that enough. You should be able to use the built-in functions. We have done sum, min, max, average, count, all of those. All of those should be familiar to you. Should be able to use them. Okay. You should be able to use the fill handle. That's when the cursor changes to the skinny plus sign at the bottom right of a cell in order to copy cells around. Should be able to copy the cells in different ways, change how the numbers are displayed, change the font, all of that. Should be able to add borders, shading, those things. Okay. Should be able to create charts, pie charts, line charts. We've done both of those. Remember, on the charts, don't include the totals typically, especially on a pie chart. That gets people into trouble. You should be able to put the chart either on the same worksheet or on a separate worksheet. You have that option when you're creating it. Okay. You should be able to do the conditional formatting, We went over that in class. The conditional formatting is the if command, and it starts with the equals if, and then in parentheses, some logical condition, like cell C5 greater than 100. It's then followed by a comma, what goes into the cell if that's true. That can either be text or it can be a number or whatever, and then another comma, and what happens if it's false. Okay, so those are how those work basically. Okay. Um, then that's actually the if statement. Then the conditional formatting, again, you go through and you can have a cell, if it's above a certain number it'll be in red. Okay, that's what that refers to. Okay, you should be able to set margins, headers, and footers in Excel. To rotate the text, there's a way to make it go up and down or at any angle. Again, insert the system date, not type it in, but do it directly. Okay, you should also be familiar with the worksheet tabs and able to rename those, add new ones, change the text, change the color, move them around, and all that stuff. Okay. So again, the format of the test, there's going to be 2 Word documents that you create, and there are going to be 2 Excel documents that you create. Okay, and it will be in 2013. And that's pretty much it. Okay. Again, if you have specific questions, let me know. I will be in the classroom, should be by 8 o'clock tomorrow. If you have questions, you can come and ask them before we get started. Okay. It's also a good idea to come in early, get your computer logged in, make sure everything's working, because sometimes there's some trouble with that. The sooner you get there, the better when it comes to that. Okay. Other things about the class in general, make sure you're turning in the A and B, or the homework assignments, on the days that they're due. The work schedule, which is on Moodle, is a little funny in that some of the dates are wrong, but the days of the week are not. Okay, so we're in the week that starts on Tuesday, so that's pretty easy to see. And today is Wednesday, so just look for that day, and that's where you'll see that the Excel 2G homework is due today, and that will be for the attendance. Okay. It's important on the A's and B's especially that you turn those in by 11:55 on the day that they're due. Okay, even if you can't get them to work entirely, even if you can't get both of them, you need to do something in order to be counted as being here. Okay, some of you have racked up a fair number of absences because of that, and we can talk about that individually once we get there. Okay. If you've missed that, you can always turn stuff in. There's a late policy I haven't been enforcing yet because we're just trying to learn stuff, and I understand that. But soon I will start enforcing that you'll have to get the homework turned in when it's due and the other stuff turned in when it's due, once everybody gets caught up. Okay? So, again, if there are any questions, remember on the test you can always right-click if in doubt, see if that helps you any. You can also use the help feature within Word and Excel. If it pops up a window in the web, that's okay. You can't go to Google and search. Okay, so that's basically where that line gets drawn. Okay. The other thing about Excel I didn't mention that you need to be able to do is the what-if analysis. That's a very important use of Excel. So doing where there's an example in the book where you go through and try to tell it the date range that you want, or the value that you want, and it's going to find those values for you. Okay, that's all in there under the what if analysis tools in Excel. Okay, so you want to be familiar with that example in the textbook. Okay, and again, I'm not sure if I said it, but in formulas, in addition to the sum, average, and all those, you should be able to create your own formulas. You should be able to create formulas just using the cell addresses multiplied by whatever mathematical formulas that you have. Okay. It's also important that you understand the differences between relative cell addresses, which are the normal ones, and the absolute. The absolute have the dollar signs in front of them, and that refers to that cell even when you move it. Okay. So I think that's it. I'm sorry my live stream wasn't working. My laptop is not connecting to the internet anymore for some reason, which is causing some trouble on that. So again, if you have questions, I have emailed you my cell number. I will accept texts all day and until tonight. So anyway, I guess that's it for now, and I will see you in the morning.